Oh, yeah, is that close enough for you? You like being right there? Yeah. What's going on, boy? Keep pounding. Keep motherfucking pounding. Yes, I'm representing the best team in the world, the Carolina motherfucking Panthers. Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the motherfucking Carolina Panthers? Do you cocksucker? If you love Carolina Panthers like I love motherfucking Carolina Panthers, give me a dab. Yes, give me a dab. What's going on, man? I'm glad to be in this motherfucker, man. All right, so I want to talk about a topic. I wanted to talk about him in the Keep Pounding underscore TV group, but I'm gonna pause for a minute. I didn't want to put it in there because it has a lot of politics, yada yada yada. Yeah, man, I had to pop these videos out. I'm sorry, man. I've been MIA, and a lot of you guys been looking for me. I've been MIA. I've been working like a dog. I promise, I will never delete you or forsake you. So let's get started. So here's the backstory from what I'm hearing from a lot of social media outlets, a lot of, just a lot of, media and all that good stuff. So Michael Jenkins, let me start. Colin Kaepernick is the face of the, not Black Lives Matter, but he's protesting on the behalf of, black injustice, far as police brutality, far as, black people getting, racist remarks and shit like that. Come on, if you're in America, you know what it's about. But what's going on is, Colin Kaepernick kind of started this whole thing with the kneeling movement, shit like that. And when he started it, his whole point was to bring awareness to it. And my opinion on it, I'm gonna keep it like this. My opinion on it is, Colin Kaepernick is expressing himself in a way that's not necessarily harming anybody. I think, the American flag stands for freedom and liberty and justice for all. That's what it's supposed to stand for. But in the current time we live in, it's not reflecting that. So I feel like, by him kneeling, I don't necessarily think it's going to change what's going on, but it's just kind of his way of saying, I don't agree. I don't agree, you know what I mean? And I think he's doing it in the most peaceful way possible. This is a tough topic, man. I feel like as long as he's not coming out saying, fuck the American flag or I hate white people, then let him be, you know what I mean? You don't have to agree with it or yada, yada, yada. But, like I said, as long as he's doing it in a peaceful way where he's not going up and sticking his middle finger up while the flag is being flown, shit like that. That's just his simple way of saying it. He's saying, I don't agree. America stands for liberty, justice for all, and it's not being shown. And I guess, by him kneeling, feels like, he's going to make a change, okay? And that's his opinion, and I think that's his right under, the Constitution. But what all this has to do with Eric Reid is this. So him and Eric Reid decided to do this kneeling when they were back in San Francisco. And what happened was Malcom Jenkins kind of attached himself with it, okay? When Malcom Jenkins attached himself with it, he started doing the fist in the air and all that stuff like that. But Malcom Jenkins kind of became the face of the whole kneeling movement. It kind of took it away from Kaepernick a little bit. And he met with the NFL Association of NFL owners in New York. And they said, look, we want to kind of chill this shit out. We want to chill this shit out with all this kneeling, all this fist in the area. What can we do to make it right? So Malcom Jenkins said, okay, tell you what you can do. You can give us XYZ amount of money and we'll take it back and we'll donate it to the black charities, okay? That's kind of like the sentiment that I'm hearing. So after he struck that deal with the NFL, okay, I think it was $89 million he donated. NFL, all the NFL owners are donating to, black charities or whatever through Malcom Jenkins. He kind of ended his protest. Now, because of that, Eric Reid called him a sellout, and all that shit kind of went down on Sunday. You know what I mean? All right, here's my whole thing about it. You know what I mean? I'm a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. I also believe there is injustice in America and in the world. But I will say this. Eric Reid could have picked a better way to handle the shit. You know what I mean? First of all, You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with you embracing your blackness or speaking out about injustice. Okay, that's how we fix things in America. If we don't know it's broken, then people are not giving a fuck if it gets fixed. If you make if what I'm talking about makes you uncomfortable, then that's good. That means we're getting somewhere here. That means we should be able to change it. You know what I mean? My only thing wrong with what he did was he took the wrong approach. Now we're trying to get prepared. We're trying to focus on the game plan, on stopping the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? We're trying to focus on how we're gonna go about this. And my man took it personal, and what he did was he became a distraction. You know, going out there midfield, you know, eyes and shit popping out the head, looking crazy and shit like that. That's not cool. Now, you know, I kind of felt like maybe that was, and I hate to do this. Damn, I hate to do this. Maybe that was one of the reasons that kind of, you know, we got to a slow start. You know what I mean? Because, you know, kind of, and I hate to make him a scapegoat, and I really don't believe that shit. I don't think that was the only reason why we got off to a slow start. I kind of feel like, you know, he was a big distraction. If you really want to talk to somebody, if you really want to talk to somebody about, you know, hey, why did you do that, or why are you speaking for us? Didn't nobody make you the mouthpiece of the black movement? It was Colin Kaepernick. But you decided to take it over and put a price tag on it, and now you cool with it. If that's how you feel, this is what you do, okay? You find you an arbitrator. Arbitrators are a neutral party. Find you a neutral party. Y'all go somewhere into a conference room. Go to a hotel conference room. Go somewhere in a private setting. You, the arbitrator, and Malcom Jenkins. No cameras, nothing. And you talk that shit out. Say, hey, man, I think you such and such. Why did you do this? Yada, 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 yada. You know what I mean? That's how real men get shit done. You know what I mean? As far as Malcom Jenkins taking a buy off or whatever, I feel like, you know, it's for a good cause. Long story short, no matter how many knees you take, no matter how many fish you put in the air, shit ain't gonna change until it, you know, till people actually start making a difference. You know what I mean? Shit's not gonna change until we as human beings decide that, you know what, let's put this shit aside. So, you know, I don't know. Now, I do agree with, you know, Eric Reid, Colin Kaepernick taking knees, like I said, because it's peaceful. It's peaceful. They're not saying fuck the flag. They're not putting no middle finger up at the flag. They're not saying kill all whitey or I hate whitey. No stupid shit like that, which I don't agree with. They're strictly just saying, you know what, I don't agree, which the American flag says, for liberty and justice for all. And they're saying that don't reflect that. But as far as what Eric Reid did on the field Sunday, I think he made a bigger distraction himself. Somebody did make a point that he should be grateful he got a job, yada, yada, yada. I don't necessarily agree that he should be grateful he got a job, man. Just, you know, when it comes to the setting, you know what I mean? It's just the wrong setting. When you're in an environment where you're getting ready for a football game, you know, only thing you need to be focusing on, how can I do my scheme right? Make sure I drop back, get my drop back right, make sure I'm playing the defense right, yada, yada, yada. You coming out here looking like Psycho Michael and shit, it kind of takes away from the team. It makes a distraction, and ultimately what happens is you lose. You look like the bad guy. Okay? You're preaching one thing. You're saying that, you know, I want to be taken seriously as a black man. As a black man, take me seriously. Respect me as a black man. But then you come out here with that coon shit, and I'm not being funny, but that coon shit come out here, you know, eyes popping at your head, slamming motherfuckers around, out of control. The shit that people already think about black people. Out of control, nigga don't know how to keep his composure, loud-mouthed, psycho looking, shit like that. So everything that you're working for, you just counterclockwise that shit. Okay? You know what I mean? You gotta handle yourself like you a fucking businessman. I ain't never seen, like, as vocal as LeBron is, and I'm not a LeBron fan, I'm not a Steph Curry fan as well. But one thing I know about LeBron, when it was a woman that told LeBron to shut up and dribble, I ain't see goddamn LeBron go, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you, Whitey. You know, I didn't see no shit like that. You know what I mean? You gotta have composure, man. You gotta make sure you handle your shit business-like. If you want to be taken serious as a black person, as a black man, as a black woman, you gotta continue to remain. That's one thing about Martin Luther King I can definitely say. No matter what went down, He was the same. He was composed like a motherfucker. Martin Luther King got bricks thrown at his fucking head. The motherfucker got shot. Of course he got shot. Threats, all kind of shit. Never once did you say Martin Luther King say, man, fuck Whitey, I'ma kill you. He ain't say no shit like that. He remained composed. He continued to preach nonviolence, all peace, equality to everybody. And guess what? Even though he paid with it with his life, his goddamn message went through. And ultimately, I think he was one of the pioneers for at least why we're here today. You know what I mean? I still think we got a good ways to go as far as equality and stuff like that. But he's one of the reasons why today we can have the freedom that we can have, as far as whites and blacks and Mexicans and Chinese all being together and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when you go out on the field, like I said, if you got a message you're trying to preach, if you got a message you're trying to get through, that's not the way to do it. That's my only thing I'm saying about it. Whether he's right for feeling that way, whether he's wrong for feeling that way, I can't tell. That's that man. That's that man's, belief. That's his conviction. If that's his conviction as far as, whether he believed he was a sellout, I can't tell him that. And I'm not going to come at him for that. What I will come at him for is handling that shit better. You don't want to be a distraction to your team. That's what I'm saying. We're here to play football. You're on that field to play football. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you're representing the Carolina Panthers through and through. Okay? Before the game, and during the game, and after the game. And that was a bad look. Not only did you make a bad look for the Carolina Panthers, you made a bad look for yourself, and you made a bad look for the cause that you're trying to push. You can't push, I want equality, I want justice, I want to be treated like I got some fucking common sense, but then you go out there and you act like a damn dog let off the fucking leash. And I'm not being funny, I'm not being sarcastic, I'm being real. And, some people going to hate me for that shit, but that's your, belief. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like I said, you got the right to feel how you want to feel. That's welcome to America. That's your right. Okay, but you got to be able to control that shit, man. Got to control that shit. You know what I mean? And what's stopping you from saying, you know what? Hey, let's get 2 security guards. Let's get a police officer, or let's get somebody in here to have a little mediation before I do all this shit. And maybe you can hear him out. Maybe he can hear you out. And I'm not gonna say that's gonna goddamn solve everything, but at least you can know why and what happened. You know what I mean? As far as him should be grateful for having a job, that's bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Regardless of what he believes, he deserves a job regardless. But I feel like when you go out there and you represent your team that kind of way, that kind of shit puts your job in jeopardy. I don't think far as what he believes will cause him a job, but far as handling yourself like that will cost you a job. Him believing what he want to believe is fine. Just like you got the right to believe what you want to believe, and that's fine. But like I said, you got to handle your shit somebody better. You know what I mean? Somebody better. All right, you know what I mean? Like I said, you can't, like I said, again, you can't expect for somebody to treat you, one way, or you need to respect me, or all Black Lives Matter, or I want to be taken seriously, and yada, yada, yada. And then you go out there and you're giving the reason why the quote-unquote, the bigotries and the people that don't like African Americans, you're giving them a reason why not to like your ass more. You know what I mean? Doing shit like that. Keep that shit Gucci, man. Suit and tie that shit up. Take that shit to a goddamn arbitrator. Talk that shit out. If you got to go behind closed doors and yell and scream, do that shit behind closed doors. Nobody knows. That way y'all both got that shit out, all right? Don't be a distraction. Be the positivity. Make sure you're the one that's making the change. And always don't let anybody change, who you are as a person. You know what I mean? There's no reason why you should say, you know what, I gotta be this way, I gotta be that way. Be who you are, but make sure you be it in the right way. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. All right, so that's my take on it. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's just the realest shit ever, man. I love Eric Reid, diehard Carolina Panther fan. I got his jersey, by the way, so hope you don't get too mad at me for this, but it is what it is. I think it needs to be said. And like I said, the American flag stands for liberty and justice for all, equality through all. Eric Reid and a few other people choose to kneel. It's not because they're saying F America or F, the other race or anything like that. I think it's just them simply saying, I don't agree with it. Now, will it make a difference? That's yet to be seen. I personally don't have any problem with it. You know what I mean? As long as they're not putting up the middle finger or saying I want to kill the other race or anything like that. I'm not with that shit, but yeah, you got the right to feel how you want to feel. But far as him and Michael Jenkins, you gotta handle that better, baby. You gotta handle that better, man. All right, so I'm up out of here, man. Let y'all chew on that for a little bit. Keep pounding, baby.